being a YouTuber on crypto sucks. It sucks because you have to decide if you want to be honest or if you want to make money. It sucks because crypto is so full of scams, of frauds, and you're simply just filtering out all that trash. Now I've got a few notes here, but don't expect this to be a groundbreaking video showing you the light in how to do social media or how to do crypto. This is simply just me ranting and telling you actually what's going on behind the scenes almost, right? If you do this every day. The first problem I have being a crypto YouTuber is that 90% minimum, maybe even 99% of altcoins suck. You analyze an altcoin and the likelihood of you picking a loser is incredibly high. The likelihood of you finding a massive flaw is super high because the people that launch these projects, they mainly do this for themselves, right? They've got a lot of inflation, maybe in the token, where they pay themselves out, take out liquidity from the market. Maybe it's complete scams altogether. So you make a video about an altcoin, the likelihood that it's critical, if you are honest, is very, very high. So you end up bashing altcoins in pretty much any video. And then you get comments on those videos as in what do you actually want to buy? I only see you being so critical of these altcoins. What can we actually buy? And there's a point. There is almost nothing to buy. So it's a joke, right? You make a video, you tell the public, honestly, don't buy this because the circulating supply will triple in the next 6 months. This thing will go down, at least relative to Bitcoin. And then you get people under the video that tell you, oh, this is all FUD, ignore this, we will all go to the moon. Because obviously the people that find this video, they searched for the altcoin, right? They're probably investors in the altcoin. And so they're not interested in people talking trash about the altcoin. But if the altcoin is trash, then that's the kind of response you get. So you have to be either honest or you join the dark side and you shill this altcoin, right? You get a lot of likes, you get a lot of comments, you get subscribers, you get exposure by YouTube because of all of this positive feedback by the people, and in the end the people get wrecked. So either you talk honestly out of your heart, or you don't. And if you don't, you make the money, you get the reach, you have a larger channel, people praise you, but it's not in the best interest of the people watching you. So this fundamental conflict of interest sucks. Another fundamental conflict of interest that sucks is that I have to talk about the altcoins. If I make a video about Bitcoin, where most of my crypto money is in, the vast majority, when I just make Bitcoin videos, I get very little new exposure from YouTube because there are so many Bitcoin videos on YouTube. Every second a YouTube video on Bitcoin is being released. So the competition around the keyword Bitcoin is super, super high. So the people that are already subscribed to me, they are watching the Bitcoin videos, obviously, right? They see a notification, they watch it. But people that are not yet my audience, they will not see that video. So the only way I can get new people to find me is to talk about these smaller coins where there's not a lot of content about this yet. So people that search a small altcoin in like 200 place, 300 place, those guys, they will find me because there's not so much content. But then, right, if I'm honest, and I am, I tell them how bad this altcoin is because of reason X, Y, Z. And so then you end up with all this negativity. So you make a video, you get negative comments, you go back to the video, you look at videos published one year or 2 years ago, and you see the things you said, they actually came true. Unfortunately, people that were angry at you, they did lose money. But yeah, you're right, but you're not loved for it. That's the reality. And then, so you get these negative comments, that's number one. Or alternatively, also very nice, you get these bot comments. You get hundreds and hundreds of bot comments. And it used to be worse. Now it's a little bit better because I added a few filter words, and so the cryptocurrencies that get pushed all the time, they at least get completely filtered out. But a lot of the comments still are bot comments. And so it's very, very often these scam comments, right? So, for example, I made money with professional trader XYZ on Telegram. I made 10 Bitcoin in the last month. Contact this person. That's a very common scam. Another scam is simply just spam promotion of a certain coin that you can then block by the coin name. There's tons of different comment spam and scams. And so the YouTube comment section becomes almost useless. And I like to get feedback from you guys, right? I like to see real natural comments. But that's the truth, especially as a crypto YouTuber, you get all that trash. And that sucks. And let's say you make it far enough, right? You join the Bitcoin Strategy Telegram group, right? We've got a Telegram group. I read through this all the time. I try to be in direct contact with the community that watches more than just one video. So you're joining that Telegram, all is fine. Then again, you get spam messages or scam messages, both of them. Because there are these people these bots that join, and that even though I have a capture blocker on there, there's still some scammers that get through this and they post, here, invest in this crappy thing or invest in this airdrop or whatever it is, use that website. We have to clean that up all the time because otherwise the whole Telegram group gets useless. I tell you, right, this is a rant video. This is not a video of positivity. This is not, something objective. I'm simply just showing you how it is. I simply just describe what's going on. If you join the Telegram group as well, right, what will you get? You will get direct messages from all of those scammers because I can't identify every single scammer. Right, so whoever joins the Telegram group, the scammer will message these people and will try to sell fake investments. Right, they will try to get you out of your crypto. Again, nothing I can do about this. So I know people within the Bitcoin Strategy Telegram group that got scammed. And probably now this is going down to a degree because the people that are now joining, that are now following crypto, they've been in this space for a while, and so they know the tricks and they are more suspicious. Probably the scammers make less money, but it's still very much prevalent. And once we see another bull run, I can already see how all these new joiners will get scammed from this as well. It's not fun, it's not fun. And then you've got also very nice, sarcasm, right? You get impersonation, people pretending to be me. Right, they create accounts with my face. That happens in Telegram. It also is very common in Discord. So on the Discord channel, you suddenly have 10 different Gerhards, all with my face, all with my name slightly changed. And they contact every member and try to scam them as well. And if they are successful, people might even think that it was me. I actually had this once. I had a member that joined Premium that then insulted me suddenly in an email. And I was like, what's going on? How can I help? What's the problem? And then he said, you promised me when I do X, Y, Z, when I do leave a comment or so, that there's a lucky draw. And you told me that I won the lucky draw. Where are my $200? So this happened. It's so annoying. Unfortunately, some people fall for this. And then it directly reflects on me because, people think it was me. Anyway, what else can I rant about? The problem with crypto in general is that it's very hard to align interests. It's very hard to build something of trust because the whole space itself is so full of issues. It's full of compromised influencers, people like YouTubers, right, that promote a certain altcoin that got maybe money to promote that altcoin, where then obviously the people that buy into this tend to lose money. So you've got compromised influencers, you've got fake coins. Have you ever seen when you go to DBank? DBank is a platform where you can see your assets on a wallet across all different chains. So let's say you put in your wallet address, you can see, okay, I've got that many Bitcoin on the Binance Smart Chain, that many Ethereum on the Arbitrum chain, etc. So DBank shows you an overview of all of this. And you can then look in the Transactions tab. What kind of transactions have you done in the past? At least half of those transactions are bullshit airdrop transactions. They're transactions with maybe a website name in them, where you then maybe see that transaction and say, oh, I go to this website, maybe I have to swap those airdrops coins and get some money. That's another scam, right? So you then go to this website that got this airdrop in your wallet, you approve a transaction, boom, your money is out. Scam after scam after scam, right? This is the Wild West. And when it all started out 2 or 3 years ago, there was way less scammers. But the problem is there are so many countries where the income is so low that even if you work your whole month on a scam and you only pull out $100 from this might already be worth it for them. And so doing scams, unfortunately, is too profitable, and it doesn't even have to be that profitable. It's too profitable to go away. And the less regulation, etc., there is obviously, and there is very little regulation in crypto, and the less we can prevent this, the more this happens. And it won't stop. Phishing websites is another thing, right? You get an email. If you're a customer with Centralized Exchange, you probably got a few phishing emails as well. And so, yeah, right here, whatever it is, right? Some fake login page that you get redirected to, you put in your credentials, and then your funds are all drained because the hacker in the background created an API key to do as many transactions as they want. And so your one single failed login kills all your funds, despite thinking that every transaction has to be OTP confirmed. It doesn't have to if the hacker simply just creates an API key. Fake customer support, another thing. So I got this from a premium member, unfortunately. He had funds stuck in Coinbase. And Coinbase is notorious for having zero customer support, pretty much. So your funds are stuck, you can't get your money out, you want to get some help. If you email them directly on the website, nothing helps. You put something on so this happened with that member, you put something on their Facebook group, and then another account pretending to be Coinbase support replies you. Yeah, and then you can already imagine what went on. Person lost the money. Fake NFTs is another nice thing. What about MEV? Maybe you have never heard of that. That's the problem with this whole crypto space. I like making money with crypto. And the way to make money with crypto usually is to be the contrarian. And the contrarian is not to buy any of those altcoins. It's to short all of those altcoins, right? That's how you make the money. Or it's to be part of the people that extract value from the ecosystem. But the problem is the more extractors are in the system, the more people extract value from the system, the harder it is for the individual that jumps on to make money. Which then means that it takes more and more adoption just for the regular guy to make a few profits, to make a bit of profit. So MEV front running, what's that? If you do a transaction on chain, with a decentralized exchange, that transaction goes through a mempool, so to like a temporary storage. So you submit your transaction to swap something. That does not mean that your swap directly gets executed, right? You have to wait 10, 20, 30 seconds, whatever it is, until your block is confirmed, until your transaction is confirmed. That transaction is lying in the mempool somewhere. It's lying in a publicly visible transaction pool. So if you've got a transaction that's large enough that moves the price, it might make sense for other people to outbid you with gas, right? When you do a transaction, you always have to pay gas fee. But when your transaction moves the price, somebody else wants to buy just before you, to then afterwards sell after you. And they can do this, they can do the purchase before you by submitting their transaction with more gas, by outbidding you for the transaction fee. So that other person's transaction gets prioritized because they paid more for the transaction. It will be prioritized by the miners. And so what they then do is sandwich attacks or front-running attacks. You again get a worse price, somebody gets a regular stream of income because they have these MEV bots, minor extractable value bots. Yeah, and you have to then again warn the people from this. So you have a very long evolution of skills that you have to acquire not to fall victim for any of this. And I fell victim to MEV bots. I didn't fall victim to scams or to spam or whatever it is, right? I didn't fall victim to any of that stupid stuff. But it's very easy if you have no idea what you're doing. When you do a transaction of say $5,000 on a small altcoin, that you maybe move the price by 5%, and suddenly you're wondering, why did you actually get a 5% worse price than it was indicated on the UI? The reason is there was this MEV bot that bought just before you and sold after you. You got victim to a front run attack. There are ways around this, right? You can use the dark pools, you can use 1 inch, for example, fusion swap in 1 inch. That prevents this. You can split up your transactions into smaller pieces to move the price less, to make that attack less viable. There are ways to get around this. And in the end, I even bought once, because I also have a technical background, I programmed a bot that was front-running the front-running bots. So I was, quick side story, right? But we have time here, right? This is a less dense, this is a more open video format. We've got time to talk here. I was faking a large transaction with very, very little gas fee. So I would submit a transaction with gas fee so low that it would never get executed. But a transaction with a lot of value. So I'd pretend to buy $50,000 worth of altcoin ABC. But it's that little gas fee that it doesn't get picked up by a miner. Now the stupid front run bots that don't look at the gas fee, they want to front run that purchase. So what they do is they buy up the token. So I've got wallet 1, where I bought very small amounts that don't get front run. Then I hold all these tokens. Then I submit a transaction with very, very little gas with a huge amount. The front run bot wants to buy this before me. They buy all these tokens. My transaction, my large transaction doesn't get executed. And then I sell with the small amounts with the other wallet against that bot that pushed up the price by doing that front running. So those are the kinds of games that then go on, right? The more sophisticated you get in crypto. But if you're not sophisticated, you have no idea what's going on, you simply just lose 5% on your capital when you put in 10,000 or whatever it is on a small coin. And that's annoying, to say the least. It's also very damaging to the whole crypto space, if not all the other things were already not damaging enough. Okay, yeah, then of course you've got honeypot coins, right? Another thing. There are coins that you cannot sell anymore. This is maybe a bit more common thing, but let's say you go to DEX Screener. You don't look at the curated lists of coins, but you simply just want to search out the Wild West. You check out all the coins, you go on DEX Screener, you check the smaller coins as well. Chances are, when you pick a random coin on the Binance Smart Chain that's not so big in size, that you've got a honeypot coin. A coin that has in its smart contract the ability to buy, but not the ability to sell it. So you put in your capital, you can't draw it out anymore. The money is gone forever because it's stuck in that honeypot coin. Another kind of scam. But we have to warn everybody about. Yeah, then the more common things, right? Token dilution. I already talked about this in another video. This is happening for all of crypto. Altcoins usually have a very, very high dilution because the team needs to get their whatever they consider fair share of the pie. So they launch a project, they reward themselves in the form of tokens over time that unlock over time, increasing the overall supply of tokens that circulate around. So when the project doesn't grow as quickly as the token dilution, the price goes down. So the team is extracting value out of their supporter base, so to speak. They reward themselves, and there is no limit to how much they can reward themselves, right? How much the token dilutes. And so there are plenty of cryptos where the token dilution is 200, 300, 400% per annum. So the number of circulating tokens 5x's from today to 1 year from now. Now, will the number of people that want to buy this thing 5x? unlikely in most cases, right? And even if it does, then you would simply just be break even. Yeah. So I've got a few more points here, but I want to keep this rant to somewhat short. It's already pretty long, but the takeaway from all of this is being in this market, be it as an investor or be it as a YouTuber, is not easy because the minority of people win. And unfortunately, a lot of scammers are also part of that minority. There are legit people that simply just play the fair player versus player game, and you might even consider the project launchers legit people if they provide enough value, even if the token doesn't outperform Bitcoin. There are legitimate actors in the space. There are the minority. They are probably also in the minority of the people that make profit here. Try to find those people and try to stay positively level-headed in this bear market. It is hard. It's a hard grind. It's a hard grind against all the negativity. It's a hard grind against this very, very scammy sector. There's much more fraud here than in other sectors. It's not easy whatsoever. But I do believe that if we work hard enough, if we buy the things, especially Bitcoin, right, that will not get diluted away. If we make our money by betting on falling scammy coins, and when we make money from the people that scam others by simply shorting those coins, then we are okay. And then we are properly prepared for the next bull run. Because at some point, I do believe another bull run will come. It will not come from the altcoins, because the altcoins are ever shrinking because of all these scams. But Bitcoin gets rarer and rarer over time. The number of Bitcoin held by long-term holders goes up and up and up very consistently. The liquidity of Bitcoin goes down. Bitcoin becomes less and less liquid and more of an investment asset. And because of all of those things, I do believe that we will get another Bitcoin-led rally. And out of that Bitcoin-led rally, when then Bitcoin is again at 80, 90, 100K, then another altcoin push might come. But it all comes from the gains that have been initially made with Bitcoin. This is how I see it. So we simply have to go through this bear market. If you can't stand all the psychological stress of all of this crap that's going on, it's totally fine. Simply buy Bitcoin, forget about it. If you want to generate alpha though in this market, it's possible. It's an inefficient market, but it comes with headache. And most importantly of all of this, right, don't sell your integrity. Because if you're in it for the long haul and you're selling your soul by buying out, right, by selling altcoins that will simply just generate losses for your followers, you will lose trust, and then you don't do it for the long term. I'm in here for the long term. I'm very likely going to continue to hold my Bitcoin 10 years from now. I don't know if I'm going to trade any altcoins then, but as long as altcoin trading is still active and you can make money from falling altcoins, which most altcoins do, then I'm in for that alpha as well. Right? But make sure you have the right crowd around you. Make sure that you don't fall victim of these hundreds of scams. And yeah, stay put. Hope to see you around. Cheers.